So upon checking out the new set, a new deck came out, and I happened to get it because a teammate, bought 2 boxes, pulled the entire deck, didn't want it, so I got it from him. And that deck is Dinomist. I had no knowledge of this deck at all. I didn't know anything about the new set, so I just picked it up because I guess I'll just build a new deck. I'm coming back to you. I want to build a new deck, so I got this. And upon playing it, testing several matches on Dev Pro, the deck surprisingly played very well, and I was very happy. It was amazing. I love this deck. Now it's one of my new favorite decks. But this could be whatever. It's good, and I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna waste too much time. Just get this deck pro out here. Putting out videos. So here we go. We have 3 Dinomist Rex. Pendulum scale 6. All the 6s have the same effect, and all the 3s have the same effects. That's your scales for the deck. You pendulum summon 4s and 5s. That's how the deck works. Level 5. While this card is in your pendulum zone, you can negate the activation of a card that targets a Dinomist card and then destroy this card. It's really good. This deck is really good at protecting itself and its monsters. For the monster effect, after damage, when Rex attacks, you can tribute a Dinomist monster, and you can either make a second attack and do piercing, or you can shuffle a card on the field or in your opponent's hand back to the deck. Rex is really strong. Upon playing this, his effect is just so good. He's your main card of the deck. You want to get him out as fast as possible, and you just want to start going. Next, 3 Ceratops. Your pendulum scale 3. 3's state. Let me make sure. If another Dinomist card you control would be destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, destroy this card instead. So, like I said, it stops targeting and destruction effects. You can protect your Dinomists, and this deck recycles itself. I'll get into that later. I believe he states if you control a Dinomist monster besides Ceratops, you can special summon him from your hand. So he's a 21 beater. You special summon from your hand. Level 5. Good. Next we got this dude. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. He's level 5. Scale 6. If you do not control another one of him in your monster zone, your opponent controls the monster that has the highest attack. Even if it's a tie, special summon him. So the level 5 guys can special summon themselves, except the Rex, which doesn't matter. You can pendulum summon quite easy in this deck. On to the level 4s, we have this dude, the Pterodactyl. I'm not good at pronouncing names. But basically, this guy, when he kills a monster by battle, you search out any Dinomist card in your deck. So good. He's an 1800 attack. Really, just so good. Just the searching and the protection of this deck is pretty crazy. And then we got this one. These names wreck me. Let's see. All face-up monsters your opponent control lose 100 attack and defense. Is it for each? For each Dinomist card you control. So yeah, you can weaken your guys, and your guys become stronger. And then we have 3 Stasor. I believe if it's, let's see, I gotta read these cards. If another pendulum monster you control battles an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can destroy those monsters. So you can destroy both of them. But really, this deck focuses a lot around Rex, just getting Rex out and just beating down. These guys are mostly used for your scales. But they do come in handy in certain situations. It's really good. Onto the spells. We have the field spell. The field spell is very powerful. It gives all your Dinomists plus 3 attack and defense. And it makes it where when they attack, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. So it turns all your Dinomists into Armades. And that gets pretty insane. Then we have 3 Dinomist Charge. Dinomist Charge is your fire formation Tinky of the deck. When you play it, you can add 1 Dinomist from your deck to your hand. But its secondary effect states whenever a Dinomist would go to the pendulum zone, face up in the pendulum zone, be that your scales, pop in your scales to save your Dinomist, or if your monsters get destroyed by battle, you can add that card to your hand. So if your Dinomist gets destroyed and this card's on the field, it'll go right back to your hand. But it's only once per turn. But even still, it protects your guy and it sends it back to hand, so you don't lose it. Then we run 1 instant fusion, because you run 4s and 5s, you can make rank 4s and 5s, so that's pretty good. 1 limiter, because they're all machines, and with the field spell, you can pendulum summon. You can limiter and then attack, and they can't respond to your attacks. So it's potential OTK. I'm testing out 1 Temple of the Kings because of the trap card, which I'll get into later. But you just states you can play your traps to turn you set them. Then we have 2 MSTs and a Dark Hole. These will probably come out. I might side MSTs. I don't know. I might keep them, but this will be a Raigeki when I get my Raigeki. I do not have one right now. This deck is still in testing and building. I just wanted to do a deck profile. For the traps, 3 Dinomist Rush. This is what I'm talking about with the Temple of the Kings. You can special summon any Dinomist from your deck, so most likely your target will be Rex. It is unaffected by any other card effects, so it's going to get through. And at the end phase, it's destroyed. So if you summon Rex with this and you have charge, at the end you get your attack through, potentially spin cards, clear your opponent's field, potentially. At the end phase, this will be destroyed, and if you have this out, Rex will go back to your hand. So it has some good interactions there, just recycling, protecting itself. This card is really strong and adds to the power, the OTK power potentially, and just overall presence. Then you got 2 Pendulum Reborns, and the card that just came out too. Basically, just like it says, if you can special summon a Pendulum monster from your Pendulum deck or graveyard. So again, it's just keeping that field presence with Rex and getting your guys out. Because if they die with the Dinomist charge, they'll just go back to your hand. So it's just really good recycling. I really like Pendulum Reborn. It tested out very well. 3 Fiendish Chains, 1 Bottleness, and then 1 Vanities. This deck, cards rarely hit the graveyard if all things are going well, because you can protect your guys. They'll go with that, so you can just sit on Vanities and that is main deck. I really enjoy this deck. It's just for what it is. It's really fun. I don't know if it'll be any competitive or not, but it's just really good and really fun to play. For an extra deck, I don't really have much of an extra deck, but there's a card that I wanted to go over. First, we have the Norden for the instant fusion target, and we have a Panda Dragon for instant fusion targets. This guy, because it's my only rank 4 I have. I have a Shark Fortress because you make rank 5s, and then this guy. You can actually play this guy. It takes 2 level 5 water monsters, which the entire Dinomist deck is water. You can detach a material, and his attack becomes doubled, but your opponent takes half damage. But if you just need to get over a big monster, you can go in this. It came up in Death Pro when I was playing against Raid Raptors, and they had to get over a 3500 monster that couldn't be destroyed by other card effects. I don't know what that is, but it was 35 and just had to run him over. So this guy just got over him. It can be used during your player's turn, so it's a really good card. I like it. But like I said, the deck is still being worked on. I'm going to try other things and see how it goes, but I really, really like this deck. You can make Cyber Dragon Infinity in this deck too, because you can make, rank. You can go into Cyber Dragon Nova and then overlay Infinity. So if you want to play it that way, you can if you have the money to do that. But anyway, guys, I just want to get the deck profile up because this deck is really fun. It's a really new deck, and it's good to get new decks out there as soon as possible, so for other people to see. Because I spent a while looking up builds and saw very few, so I just looked at those and saw this. So I want to get this up here. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and Jables out.